plan on vindicating Cain. We plan on getting Cain back with his family. 40 years of doing this, I can't believe that this is what the criminal justice system thinks is the right outcome.
At a hearing in San Jose, a judge denied bail for Velasquez, who's been charged with attempted murder, assault, and shooting at an occupied vehicle. Police say Velasquez tried to shoot Harry Galarte, who's been charged with molesting Velasquez's 4-year-old relative at the daycare owned by Galarte's mother. Authorities say Velasquez also chased Galarte and his parents at high speed from Morgan Hill to South San Jose before ramming their truck twice and again firing shots at them. 2 bullets hit Galarte's stepfather, who is now recovering. The shooting and chase happened 3 days after a different judge freed Galarte from custody on supervised release over the DA's objection.
Chief here, and I have another thought. Today, I was thinking about maps, and not like, world maps, not geography. I'm not thinking about, how to sail to the new world or anything like that. I'm thinking about what the universities are starting to promote, and so is the mainstream media. They're trying to implant it in our brains like Inception, that we should accept pedophilia as a normal part of our society and a normal part of life. And I think this has been a long time coming, and if you've watched any of my other videos, which most of you probably haven't, and no one will probably watch this one, but whatever, that's whatever. But what the society has been, because they have necessarily they have abandoned the children and even the want for people to have children and to grow the society and to raise children to make the society better. They've made sure that they destroyed the family so that when children grow up, they're growing up in chaos and making sure they're being raised by the government and the mainstream media and by entertainment. They're not being raised by the family anymore because the family's in shambles. It's broken, and it's actually society's promoting that they're actually promoting that you shouldn't have a family, and if you do have a family, it should be a single mother home where she allows the kid to live at their own whims, where they're not being taught anything, where the school and the media again are the chief educators of the child. And of the mother, actually. It's been a few generations, so of course the mother is also, the media specifically was her teacher. And also these institutions who are literally institutionalizing a majority female cohort, a majority female admitted students, because the society is a matriarchy, But the maps, but what they're really trying to do, what I think MAP should stand for, is murder all pedophiles. And I'm not advocating violence, but if you're openly trying to harm a child, you deserve death. And there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And Cain Velasquez, his situation made me think about this, because I'm like, man, what would I do? I don't even want to think about it. I mean, I can't even think about it. And then that's why I started understanding why they made sure to destroy the family and made sure people don't give a fuck about kids, where they actually openly like denigrate having a child. And then you understand like where it happened was in the Bay Area. The Bay Area is famous for a lot of fucking people who live lifestyles who don't want kids. And where they can have a whole bunch of fucking pedophiles make a video, and they have to quickly take it down, where they're being honest and saying, we're coming for your kids. And it's also the home of Silicon Valley, where they're actually promoting all these lifestyles and promoting the sexualization of children, where on Twitter and all these different places, like as long as it's artful, you can sexualize a kid. And I've been like when I was able to go to museums, especially modern art museums, you would see like a lot of people thinking that they're being artful by showing naked children. And one of the biggest reasons, one of the biggest art, what is it? What I seen was that Shireen Nassat, I don't know, some fucking Iranian fucking broad, stupid bitch, shitty artist. She's a shitty fucking artist, only propped up because the diversity in the fucking, supposedly that means just because you're some other thing other than white, that means your art is automatically good. Her shit sucks. But one art piece that she had was a photo of her in a hijab, all covered up, eyes and all that shit. All you can see is her eyes, but she had her fucking boy naked next to her, talking about, which was to signify that she's way more oppressed than a fucking naked child that she forced to be naked in the photo. Which tells me that these fucking people are so narcissistic they don't even understand. They don't even see it. They don't even see what the fuck they're doing. She's a disgusting piece of shit in the art world for projecting her and fucking promoting her. Are fucking scum. These people are fucking pedophiles, and a lot of art has been pedophilic since centuries, like, catamites in ancient Rome, and even in the Enlightenment and in the Renaissance. A lot of those fucking artists had their little catamites with them. Their little boy lovers. And that's the one thing that gets me too about this map shit and this pedophilia shit. The communities that should be fucking denouncing that, not just the straight community, the LGBTQ, whatever the fuck community, should be denouncing it the most. Because this is what people already knew this was going to descend to. But I think that they think like that fucking dude Milo, whatever his fucking long ass Greek last name is, fucking said that being fucking molested or being molested by some grown ass man is some rites of passage for a fucking homosexual. Like, what the fuck? So if you fucking go attack or go try to manipulate or seduce a fucking little kid, that's the kid's rites of passage. I thought we had consent. I thought the whole fucking Me Too movement and all this bullshit was about consent. But as long as it comes from the universities and considered critical theory, and these groups are considered oppressed, that they fucking, everything they do should be justified. But fucking MAPS should be murder all pedophiles, because if these, I don't know what I would do in that situation, because I have children, and if it was just one of my children, I don't know if I can afford to. I would just have to seriously think about it, because I don't want to not be there for my other children, and I don't want to not be there for my child who was violated. Oh my God, man. Oh man, these people are fucking out of their goddamn minds, and I know that it's the elite trying to cause chaos. And it's the elite who are the ones who are promoting not having a family. Even though they're the ones who are gaining all these billions of dollars and all these money, these trillions of dollars, not just for, greed's sake, but to protect their families and to make sure their progeny can have money in the future. But I'm not sure if that's true nowadays. These New World Order motherfuckers are on they're on a self-destructive path, They are trying to destroy the world while also destroying themselves. They're martyring themselves for their sick, demonic ideology and goals. But if I was Cain Velasquez, man, I don't know. I can't even condemn what he did. I don't know if that's necessarily what I would do, because, being in that situation, it's like you can't say what you would do until the situation happens to you. It's like when people say they'll beat someone's ass or you'll get into a fight, but sometimes people freeze up when they're about to get into a fight. They don't know what to do. Their mind's racing so much, and they don't know if they can, they don't even know that before they get into a fight or whatever. When they're at home, they have all these strategies, but once they're confronted with violent conflict, they don't know what the fuck to do. They freeze up, But man, this society is fucking degenerating to the point, and that's why they promote. That is why they promote that, not education, but sexualizing children. That's why in these schools they're prioritizing these kids' feelings, and then wanting to chop their balls off, or some broad wanting to cut her titties off. some little kid, they're actually coercing them to do so. And even me saying that about kids, I'm like, man, what the fuck is going on? And these people are justifying this. There's no justification for it. For your feelings, they're actually, these people are actually grafting on their feelings to children. They're assuming, because they're actually trying to force, it's actually like some, just some twisted projection where they think that if they can get kids to behave like they do as adults, that validates their existence, which is sickening. These people are out of their fucking minds. And I just can't believe that there's any people are lending any credence to these thought processes. Anybody who thinks that it's okay to fucking molest a child or fucking rape a child. And that's one thing too. Like, it made me think, like, this fucking Cain Velasquez situation, because the dude was arrested, but then he was let out on bail. I think they should investigate the whole fucking daycare. His mom owns a daycare. Investigate the whole fucking place, because she's probably a fucking molester too. She's probably fucking molesting those kids too. And I would investigate every single worker at that fucking daycare. But why do these fucking liberals in all these cities let all these fucking pedophiles out? And it made me think about Kyle Rittenhouse, because the first dude he killed was a fucking child rapist. Like, what the fuck is he doing out on the streets? He should either be in jail or dead. And maybe that was his comeuppance. But why are these so many these motherfuckers just violators and despicable fucking pieces of shit? And they're just allowed to be out on the street because they may have, and if you're a fucking man molesting a little boy, you're fucking a homosexual. If you're a woman doing the same, you're a fucking lesbian molesting a little girl. And that may be the reason why that community does not come out against it. They have to come out against it. Otherwise, they are silence equals assent, and they fucking are rooting for it to fucking violate children. Who they once were. Maybe they were violated as kids, and they have to justify it through their fucking sexual orientation. Or maybe they just don't give a fuck about kids. Like, man. And then a lot of these motherfuckers are in these schools teaching this nonsense. Going into school, like, even kids recognize, like, God damn, my teacher's out of their damn minds. But some kids can be susceptible to their brainwashing, to what they're being taught at these universities. To actually be like the fucking scum of the goddamn earth and find some reason to justify every single thing they do. And that's what critical theory really is justifying every single behavior through just this discursive circumlocution. I always call it that, because they're just making up shit. You can barely understand it. But it's just like, hey man, just do what you want to do, because I'm tired of hearing your stupid ass bullshit. But that's something that we have to fight back against, because even though it's incoherent, even though it's fucking ridiculous, we absolutely have to understand that we got to stop that shit in its tracks. And it's also a way to empower the moron to make them think that they're actually intelligent. When our fucking educational system has failed our kids, we're like 27th or close to, we're like, our country is moronic. And it's the fault of these school systems that kids are being forced into because a lot of parents can't afford to homeschool. And, you know, it's mandatory for parents to send their kids to school. Otherwise, you know, they can be arrested or charged with child abuse and a whole bunch of different shit. So, fuck, man. I don't know. Cain Velasquez, I think he should go free. And if you're fucking the dude's father, that man's father, and he's fucking molesting kids, he might be from a fucking family of molesters, because there's no justification for that. And I know even in our community and in a lot of communities, they try to hide that family. That's a family secret, that the uncle was a molester, or the auntie was a molester, or the father, you know. But we gotta stop this shit, man. But that's why we have a generation of fucked up ass kids and who become adults. And they act like children forever because they didn't have a childhood. Because somebody tried to make them adult before their times. A fucking despicable, somebody who's beneath, who should be dead, frankly. Because if you're touching kids and you think that somehow that a kid can consent to that and they actually understand what's happening to them, you are just one of the most despicable. And that's probably why they want these people to behave like children forever. They want adults to behave like children forever, because this society is being run by a whole bunch of pedophile, pansexual scum. So they want adults to behave like children, so that they identify with the fucking actions of a children who's inexperienced at life, who doesn't know anything, and is relying upon the adults around them to actually help them, to guide them through this fucking crazy ass life, through this crazy ass society. I would say, you know, we can try to make the child's life as you know, as good as possible. But it's tough in a society where you got fucking maniacs thinking that it's okay, or even can even infer, or even like come up with any reasoning that it's okay to fucking molest and rape a child. Man, it's such a tough fucking topic, and I just, man, it fucking makes, I don't, man, boy. That's my thought of the day.